Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding your bell, and make sure your settings are changed to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time I upload a video. But if you would like to support myself and this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/BeyondAuthentic, where you can in fact buy me a coffee. Thanks so much for those of you choosing to support me. Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. This is a Tarot Tuesday. Let's see what the cards will say today. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Papa, can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Papa, can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Hurrah! Welcome, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Sorry for the late delay, the late start, as I was just saying. And sorry for missing last Tuesday and last Sunday. It is very unlike me not to put out a message if I'm missing something. And unfortunately, on Sunday, I slept through till about 7:30 when I actually woke up in the evening in the UK. Absolutely ridiculous. I was so exhausted. I have been fighting fibro this past couple of weeks, and it has kicked my ass, but I'm fighting back. So we're here today. Hopefully everything is good. Yesterday I've been trialing something different. So the last couple of weeks I've been looking into manifestation overnight, listening to sleep hypnosis and using that as a manifestation tool. And I've changed it up recently. I just realized you can't see magic. Let me just get magic in shot. There we go. Thank you, magic. So I've changed it up recently, and basically what I've now started doing is listening to the last couple of nights, listening to a sleep meditation that is designed to make you go really sleepy, like really deep, and then to get a good quality of REM. So get a good quality sleep, and then you wake up feeling a little bit better. And touch wood, the last couple of days, yesterday I woke up feeling 100%. Today I woke up feeling 95%. So fingers crossed. fingers crossed. And then the reason we were late today, unfortunately, is that we've just adopted 2 new babies. So we've got 2 new babies that we've just adopted. And obviously they take a lot of looking after, and there's a lot of care, and it wasn't something that we were going to do. We weren't going to adopt them immediately, but we were going to wait till Friday. And then instead of waiting, we went to somewhere today and we saw the little babies that needed a new home. And that was it. Yep, that was it. Picked one of them up, put them on my boob. That was it. They were coming home with us. And they were adorable. We're so in love, and it's so gorgeous. And they're in the other room, and I just want to go and give them hugs and cuddles. But I'm not going to. I'm going to sit here and do tarot readings. So yes. So if I've got lots of hair and hay and all sorts, it's because of the new babies. They're not human babies. They are furry babies, just in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, so they're settling in. So you will see them on a future stream, but they're just settling in. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully everybody is doing okay tonight, wherever you are in the world. We're going to crack on with some tarot. Oh, hang on. Let me get my. I've been doing readings in the public. I know, right? Out in the wild, away from the internet, doing actual readings for actual human beings in public. I've forgotten. It's really interesting, right? I have forgotten how good a tarot reader I am. Now, I don't say that trying to blow my own trumpet, but when you're online, you don't get to see people's reactions. So as I'm pulling cards and as I'm talking, I don't get to see people going, oh, yes, oh, yes, spot on, or oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. So when you do it face to face, suddenly people are responding. So I'm laying out cards and I'm talking, and the 2 people I did readings for the other day, yesterday, both of them were like, oh my god, oh what the hell, and they were absolutely amazed at the readings that I gave them. And I've got to say, I was like, it felt really good, because it's been so long since I've done face-to-face lives. And even when you do a face-to-face over the interwebs, there's that delay, so it's not quite the same. So yeah, doing it face-to-face, literally like doing a live was absolutely amazing. But anyway, there's going to be lots more of that coming up. Let's see who is here in the chat. I've just seen Ness, Little Miss Budget, pop up. Good evening to Ness. Good evening, my darling. If you don't know Ness, go and check out Ness's channel. If you like bargains, go and check out her channel. She does all sorts on her channel. She's really eclectic. She'll go and try something for the first time and tell you all about it. So whether that's something like, I don't know, like I've got a can of energy drink here, so she might just go, oh, we're going to try this, see what it's like, through to cleaning products, through to beauty content. She's got a lot of dupe makeup palettes and a lot of higher end makeup palettes as well, but across the board she likes to concentrate on the budget end of things to get your money's worth. So if you fancy channels like that, if you like to see, oh, what can I get that's going to get my money's worth in whatever realm, go and check out Little Miss Budget on her channel, Ness. She's absolutely lovely. So Ness is here today. Patricia's here. Look at that. Good evening to Patricia. Patricia is one of our lovely moderators on the channel. We've got Sag Girl. I think that's Sag Girl here. Good evening to you. We've got Sarab H. I nearly said Sarah. Good evening to you. Flower Beauty is here. Good evening, Flower Beauty. Palak Misra is here. Good evening to you, Palak. Wolf Boyo is here. Good evening, Wolf Boyo. Necro Neil, who's one of our other moderators. Necro Neil is here. Good evening to Neil. He's also my other half on the podcasts, and we're going to be filming a new one of those coming up very soon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check on the channel. If you're into your witchy things, we've got all sorts of podcasts that we've been releasing over the last year, and we've got more coming this year where we talk about witchcraft things from our own experience. So there's all sorts in the back catalogue there. Make sure you go and check it out on the channel. Who else have we got here? I think I've said hello to everybody now. Hang on, what's this? Wolf Boyo. Hi guys, I've had a very interesting week. Resuscitated and rescued a very young duckling. Oh, Did you get the orange sauce to go with it? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. And seeing your mum this week. Oh, good luck with that. You can hear me now. Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hopefully everything's sorted out with the streams. So yes, hopefully everybody. We're going to just crack on with some readings tonight. So how do you get a reading on this channel? There's two reading. The first way is to go across here, buymeacoffee.com/beyond authentic. Go across there, buy a Q jump. It costs £4 unless you're a member of our channel, in which case it's £3.50. That will get you a 7-card reading immediately. That's the deal now. A 7-card reading immediately, right? So you'll be the very next person. If, however, you want to just wait and take your chances, then in a second you're going to have the love heart video popping up again, and when I hit that, that is your chance to basically put your question into the live chat and get your question answered, okay? Or possibly get your question answered. Of all the ones that go in the live chat, I'll pick one at random and we'll do that reading, and then on to the next and on to the next. So then we're going to crack on with that in just a second. Before we do, I do have to say that tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you are looking for support in those areas, please do check out professionals in those areas. I am not a professional counsellor, doctor, lawyer, or financial person. Definitely not a professional financial person.
Is that going to be too bright? But I've used a little.
Oh no, that's gorgeous. Can I show them on the screen?
I can't really see them yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rufus has just put lights around the babies. Oh, they're so cute.
Oh. You can kind of see them there, but like I say, I'm going to put the lights around.
Okay.
I'm going to put all the lights around the top.
Yeah. So yeah. So we got night lights for them. Oh, it's amazing. I did not think in 100 years that we would ever get ratties again, and then slowly over the last few weeks it's been like, oh, I really do miss them, and my birthday's coming up, and then we saw these two that needed rehoming today, and that was it. Fell in love. Anyway, right, let's crack on. So if you would like a reading, all you need to do is put the word question followed by your question into the chat. Then, of all the ones that are listed, I will pick one at random. If you want to guarantee your reading, you go across here to buymeacoffee.com/beyond authentic. That's also where to go to get pictures. There's some downloads as well. I don't know whether anyone else has seen the downloads. There's a herbal grimoire that I've put up there, and something else. I can't remember what it was. There was I can't remember what it was. There was another download that I've made available as well. So there's going to be more and more downloads on there, which it will say something like £1,000 unless you're a member, in which case it's free. So yeah, that's why. It's because it's all free for members. So yeah, go across there. That's also where you can sign up to become a member. If you do become a member, you also get to hang out with us on a Sunday evening at 6 p.m. UK time. I'll be back this Sunday, I promise, where you can, hang out with us, ask questions, get a reading, get a bit of behind the scenes stuff. There's all sorts of bits and pieces there that you can do. So then on the downloads, what have I got on the downloads? Oh, that was it. The Pictorial Key to the Tarot by A.E. White. It's the original book by Arthur Thingy, that one. A.E. White, the guy who did the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and so that's available to download if you want that. I'm getting lots more tarot-y witchy stuff for you to all download. Ed's here. Good evening, Ed. I am so incredibly sorry for your loss, my friend. I am so sorry for your loss. I hope you are doing okay. I really do. Hugs, kisses. Really, really hope you're doing okay, my friend. Yeah, hope you're doing okay. Right then, so let's start with some readings. Liz is here as well. Good evening to you. Right, I think I've said hello to everybody on the stream. So then, if you are, don't worry, Ed, if you like, I wasn't expecting you on today, to be honest, but thank you for popping in. Right then, everybody, Ed's another one of our moderators. Let's start the tarot. So if you want a reading, how do you get a reading? I've got no idea. Luckily, there's a little video. So yes, indeed, we are opening the list now. Get your questions in right now. Get it in down in the comments section. Put the word question followed by your question. If you need a reminder. Yes, indeed. Right then, let's have a look at the comments section. I've got a few questions in. I will jump back to that in just a second. Before I do, don't forget, everybody, that there is always, hang on, let me pop the disclaimer on screen. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Nope, that one. There we go. Why is that? That shouldn't be happening. There you go. That should be happening. Right then. So yeah, don't forget, everybody, that preference is always given to people that haven't had readings recently. And yes, right. Let's crack on. One thing I will say, by the way, everybody, just in case you haven't heard, I am involved in quite a lot of internet scandal, and it's not clickbait. This is absolutely true.
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Hey, right then, everybody, you've heard the warnings. I have been known to use little bits of bad language, so I apologize if that offends you. If it does, you're on the wrong fucking channel. But anyway, right, hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Let's have a look-see, and the first person I am drawn to is Palak. I can't see. I haven't got my glasses. That's going to be interesting. Palak Misra. If you're here, Palak, just come and say hello down in the chat. You have performed a few rituals for manifesting your desires into reality. You're a newbie at the moment, so need guidance from the tarot. Okay, so you'd like some guidance on manifestation and rituals and things like that from the tarot. I'll tell you what, we'll ask the dragons. Good evening, dragon. So we'll ask the energies that I work with if there's anything that you need some advice, anything you need to know in terms of that. So we'll crack on with that now. Right then, dragons. Let me just change cameras. Right then, dragons. Nope, that's not changing cameras. That's stopping the camera, Lisa. Well done. You can tell. It's been like 2 weeks since I've been live or something, and a week and a half, and it feels like forever. Right then. Okay, dragons. Let's ask Wispy direct. Wispy, you came with me to the coffee shop the other day. So then, hopefully you can hear me. The image seems to have stuck. Hang on. Let me change back cameras. I don't know what happened there. Let me try that again. I don't seem to have any cameras, guys. Oh no, I do. Right. Okay. So it looks like webcam isn't working tonight. Just to make things interesting. Right. Okay. So we're just going to use this one. So it looks like card cam isn't working. You can hear me, Palak. Fabulous. Right. Okay. So then this is what we're going to do. Let me just, I wish I could move the question up on screen. I can't. Right. So I'm clicking away from the chat, but I'm doing it so that I can see more clearly what the questions are. So I can't see the chat at all at the moment, but that's fine. I don't normally look at it anyway. So then, Palak, let's have a look, my friend. Dragons Palak would like to know, they've been performing a few manifestation rituals. I've been doing that as well. To turn their desires into reality. So, but they're still a newbie at the witchcrafty stuff. What do they need to know? What is the message from the dragons? Let's have a look. Right. We haven't got anything twisting. So there we go. We'll do your drop. A low drop, but a definitive drop. And let's do your 3-card spread, my friend. Here we go. Right, you can't see, but all 3 cards are reversed. And let's have a look. Right, let me in full screen mode. 1 second. New private chat message. Right, it's private chat. I don't want that one. Let me come back onto that screen. Right then, let's have a look. So in the past position, we've got the 7 of Wands. Now, this is what it looks like upright. This, by the way, is the Light Seer's deck. So this is what it looks like upright. So you can see it's almost like a crystal ball. Now, this is all about, it's come up reverse. So for me, Wands is about your confidence, your sense of self, your sense of identity, okay? So this is where you are right now. Now, the 7 of Wands is quite a good card in terms of kind of a starting position, especially when you're looking at things like manifesting, because it's saying that you've got quite a lot of confidence there. You've got quite a lot of, like, you believe in the magic, you believe that this can happen, whether it's you take the scientific route like I tend to, look at it as quantum mechanics, or whether you take the historic manifestation witchcrafty kind of that sort of route. It doesn't really matter, because you've got that belief that this is going to work. So that's a major starting point. But the reversal here is talking about there is still some self-doubt. And the thing with manifestation is that you've really got to kind of, it's what me and Neil talked about on the last podcast. Actually, it's set it and forget it. So when you're doing any kind of manifesting, spell work, witchcraft workings, anything like that, it's really important to let your subconscious do the work. It basically feeds through your conscious, and then it means you're doing things almost without realizing to set that manifestation up. So if you're trying to manifest, for example, I've got one at the moment to increase my finances. I'm not going to go into it, but that's literally what it's designed to do. So it's allowing me to feel confident about taking on more roles, doing more face-to-face readings, doing more events, all of that. So it's about increasing, because it's the YouTube thing is not, I make zero money from YouTube, because we're not monetized on this channel. So it's, for me, that's all about, I'm doing that to make extra steps. So once I've set that, I let it go. I don't sit here and think, oh, am I going to get the lottery win today? Or am I going to get this? Am I going to get that? It's like, you set it, let it go, and then it works on the subconscious. And it's that same thing, whether it's cosmic ordering, witchcraft, whatever it is. Once you've cast a spell, once you've set your manifestation, let it go. And I think this is where your subconscious, where your doubt is kicking in, because you're kind of doing, it's like you're doing a step, or at least the cards are saying, Palak, and I'm not saying that you're actually doing this, but it's almost like you're going, right, I want to manifest love in my life, love, 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 love. And then you've done that. And then every single person you look at, you're like, are you the one I'm going to fall in love with? No, they're just serving you a pint of milk in the shop. Are you the one I'm going to fall in love with? No, that's somebody on the street just walking past. Like, it's probably not going to be them, but because it's in your mind, it's stopping it from working, if that makes sense. Now, in the what you need to know position, again, this was reversed. Now we've got the 2 of Swords. So if I show you it this way up, and then show you it the right way up, you can see now the 2 of Swords is a really important card in terms of kind of obstacles and challenges. Now, this is saying, for me, Swords is all about obstacles, challenges, trouble and strife, difficulties. And it's one of those cards where quite often you see it with the person crossing their arms with the 2 swords behind them. In this deck, we've got crows, because, it's me and I love my crows. But you can see there's a blindfold here. So this is in the what you need to know. Excuse me. I'm still drinking some Costa coffee. Look, I know, right? In a plastic one, because we forgot our cups. But anyway, so the 2 of Swords is either going to be a confrontation that you're having with somebody, or it's a confrontation kind of with yourself. It's almost like, I don't know what you're trying to manifest, but it's almost like you're trying to do 2 things at the same time. And it's almost like you're saying, I want to be, I don't know, I want to be mega rich, but also I want to live a really ethical life. And it's like, well, can you do both? Like, is it possible to do both? Or it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're trying to do things on two different fronts. And because this is reversed, it's saying it's something that you probably don't realize what you're doing at the moment. So it's something, again, this set it, forget it, let that go. Don't do too much active work on it. Whatever you're attempting to manifest, let it do in the back, but also believe that that is going to happen. It's that belief that's really important. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest, once you've said it, forget it, believe that that will happen. And then if you get an opportunity that comes up, stepping towards that goal, go for that opportunity. It's like you need to forget it, but remain open-minded for the little steps along the way. And sometimes with the Two of Swords, it's almost like a dichotomy of I want this, but I want it now. But the reality is it's not going to happen now. You have to let things like cogitate and ruminate. So it will take a little while. And then the opportunity position, we again have the Seven of Swords. So you've got 2 sevens coming up and 2 sword cards in a 3-card reading. So this is really talking about there being something that you need to take away. So the swords are about things being taken. The sevens are about things sometimes being taken. And with this, it's saying that there are some challenges here that you aren't aware of. So what I would say, Palak, because this 7 of Swords has come up in the what you need to know position, for me it's really saying that you need to, right, Tarot Destroyer, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't know who the fuck you are. What was I saying? Yeah, so on that 7 of Swords, right, my advice, Palak, would literally be set it, forget it, leave yourself open to opportunities. And this 7, whatever this opportunity, hang on, I'm getting flustered. Right, ban user and delete their comments. Hang on, there you go. This is why I don't normally have the comments open. I'm glad I did though, and that just popped up. Right, so set it, forget it. The 2 of Swords is stop overthinking, stop putting a block up. And then the 3rd card, this 7 of Swords, that's the interesting one, because it's saying that there is quite a big blockage here. So I would say maybe go back, look at again what it is you're trying to manifest. Like, you might be trying to manifest wealth, for example. But are you trying to manifest 50 million pounds? Because 50 million pounds is a hell of a lot of money. However, trying to manifest £1,000 might be a little bit easier. So it's about things like that. And when you're manifesting, yes, reach for the stars, but also be realistic. And I think that that's what this 7 of Swords, that 7 of stuff being taken, stuff being removed. So yeah, just have a look at that. What the hell? Tarot, why is... Right, I've banned Tarot Destroyer again. So there we go. Right, anyway, hopefully, Palak, that helps. Set it, forget it, move on, and then yeah, have some belief and have some belief, basically. Sorry, I'm so sorry. We're being invaded at the moment by an idiot. Let me just, I don't know whether everybody saw the comments. No worries, my darling. No worries at all. I hope it helped. Patricia, I'm going to leave the live chat on. I'm just going to try and ignore it. If they come back, because I blocked them and then they came back. So I don't know how that happened. I think it's a bot, because they were copying and pasting comments that somebody else had made and were copying someone else's comments. So that to me, and they're back. How is that even possible? It could be magic, Rufus. You're right, actually. Right. Let me put the user in timeout this time. They should be banned and blocked from the channel. Say again? Put them on the naughty step. I'll tell you what we'll do. Rocky, go get them. There we go. I'm sending the big bad guy after you, Tarot Destroyer. So whoever you is, whatever you were trying to do, the big bad dragon's coming after you. I wouldn't carry on if I were you, my friend. Is all I'm going to say. Right then, right, everybody. Apart from being invaded by a dickhead in the chat, let's carry on with the live stream. It's been a while, isn't it, since we've been invaded on the channel? It's been a while. I kind of was. It is like Star Trek. Ah, right. Hence the. Right. Okay. God only knows how they are evading the bans. I see why their name is Tarot Destroyer, though. I see that. I see that. Well done, Tarot Destroyer. What a dick you are. Right then, we are going to carry on. Mr. Rocky, go after them. Thank you very much. Go after them, Rocky. Go get them. Go get them. So yeah, we're being invaded by a bot today. Never mind. If you are a live human being and you would like a tarot reading, please put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and I will pick one at random. If you've already put your question in, please put it in again, because obviously well, just because. So do that now, please. And then I will pick one at random. So whoever is wanting a reading, do it now. Let's go.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
I'm trying to go in on the I'm trying to go in on the back end and see if I can block the bugger. I don't think I can do that from here on the back end. So, right, let's have a look. Oh, really? Voodoo Spell 87. Voodoo Spell 87 was cast on me, was it? Hang on then. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Polar Belinsky. We've smudged. We're all good. Trust me, they don't want to mess with my magic. Right then, let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Yes, that's nice. Oh, we're being threatened now. Voodoo Curse 87. Tarot Destroyer is laid at my feet. You will pray for me. Yeah, mirrored. Rocky's off. No, we're being cursed by voodoo magic, apparently. Not that not that some of us have our own wards and everything up in place. So listen, I don't know what's going on with the live stream. We've obviously been bot attacked. I wonder if people actually feel scared for this shit and don't realize that they're all bots. So Polar Belinsky, you are a clear bot. Pro Commenter Man, you are a clear bot. So you are all banned. Kick ban. So yes, right. It looks like Peter, it looks like I've got your question in. You were the only one to put a new question in, so I don't know if we're being affected on the YouTubes on the live, but I'm going to do your question next, Peter. Peter. Oh, hang on, I'm sure we've done your question already. Is anyone coming in your life always single? Well, I'm sure we've done that reading last week. I don't know what's happening now because I don't know who is real and who isn't. It's very odd. It's very odd. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. So let me just go back. I'm going back onto the I tell you what, everybody, give me a second. Voodoo Spell 87, I know, right? We have not been in a battle for a while. Swords at the ready. I know. What have we got? Oh, I know. We'll just here we go. Here we go. Here we are, everybody. See the little dragon skull. See the little dragon head. Go get them, Rocky. Go get them, Rocky. Go on. Go get them, my friend. Go after them. Go do your work behind the scenes. Go clear the spaces. Right then, everybody. What I will do is, that was the beta version of Voodoo 99. I know, right? As if voodoo curses would scare me. Good Lord. Where have these lunatics come from tonight? It's all a bot, Neil. It's a bot. Tarot Destroyer is clearly a bot, because they got round the fact that the channel, like, I kept banning it, so they would have come back on with a very similar name but with a space and a, slightly different. So that's that. And then when you get those people going, ooh, they put a curse on you, it's designed to make us go, oh my God, we're so scared. Please don't curse us. Here, have all our money. So you're supposed to pay to get the curse lifted. It's a very old scam. And it's not a scam that, like, do I look remotely threatened by voodoo? Like, please, I am not dismissing voodoo practitioners, by the way. There is, like, I just don't fear computerized voodoo practitioners. So yes, so thank you very much. You asked another question last time. Right, Arpita, I will do your question now, and then I will and then we'll crack on. I know, right? It's a weird energy tonight. Let's see if card cam is working now. Cam does not want to work. Nope, does not want to connect to the browser. Right, never mind. It's not even a full moon, I know, right? But never mind. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way, Arpita. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, my friend. So then, dragons, Wispy. I know, right? Wispy, come and help us with the tarot, my friend. Let's have a look. So we want to know for Arpita. Where was the question gone? Where's the question gone? Is anyone coming in your life romantically? I mean, look at how you've worded the question, Arpita. Somebody, I mean, if you do have somebody romantic come into your life, then they may well come or make you. Either way, right, let's have a look. Dragons, Arpita would like to know, is anyone coming soon romantically? Is there going to be, that's worded wrong. Is anybody entering Arpita's life romantically? Is there some romance coming for Arpita? Let's put it that way. Right, let's have a look. Come on. Oh yeah, fart ninjas. So we just went to B&M. We went to a local shop, and they've got these motion sensor little ninja toys that fart when you walk past. It doesn't smell, but there is a distinct, like, farty sound, and it was quite amusing, I must say. Right then, let's have a look. Romance, not immediately. There is some other energy you need to sort out first. So in the past, oh gosh, I've now got WhatsApp coming up on my screen. This is interesting. Oh, it's because I clicked on that. Right. It's because Neil just sent a message on WhatsApp. Anyway, right. So in the past, we've got temperance. Now, temperance is all about literally waiting patiently, but also waiting for things, finding a way between different sources. Okay, so you're asking, is anyone coming into your life? I think there's some stuff here from the past you need to clear up, because temperance is about making peace, about smoothing things over, making things a little bit easier. So it's one of those things that you need to maybe look at from a past relationship, that there's still some hang-ups that you might have, Arpita. Now, it's not saying that that's going to be like a huge negative, but it is definitely something that you need to clear that blockage before that new energy will come in. In the present, we've got the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant in this deck is more of a guru than the Pope, right? So it's more of a teaching. Now, you can see this Hierophant is laughing, is sat cross-legged in, I can't remember what the position is, but they are very much in touch with their inner self, and they are building their spiritual connection with whatever they believe, right? So there is a connection here, and the card is basically talking about like getting in touch with that side of you. So this is dealing with something in the past that you need to clear through, and then this is dealing with that current spiritual energy that you need to sort of work with, that you'll be able to open up, and that will expand your energy. And then in the future, we've got the Four of Wands, but it has come up reversed. So if I show you it upright, it's really weird not having card cam again. If I show you it upright, the Four of Wands is a great card. It's talking about stability, and it's talking about stability in your confidence, in how you see yourself, in your sense of self, right? So this is really saying, because it's reversed, it's saying there is still some instability here. There is still some stuff that you need to clear through, some baggage. So whether this is from like a big relationship that you've come out of, or it could even be that relationships around you have kind of tempered how you see like love life, if that makes sense. So for example, somebody who grew up in a relationship where their mum and dad was always fighting will have a different view of what a good relationship is to somebody whose parents were, you know, never had a crossword and were ever so loving. Equally, somebody whose parents were really, you know, PDA, public displays of affection, like kissy kissy, huggy huggy, will have a different view of relationships to someone who maybe their parents got divorced. So all of that will color how you view your love life and how you view people to come in. So this is saying that there is still some work there that you need to clear through before that person will come into your life. Now, again, I normally only see about a month, 6 weeks into the future. So this isn't saying that this is something you need to work on forever, but it is saying, and because it's only a 4, it's saying that this is like an instability here that you need to just do a bit of work with. So there's nothing here saying that you've got, you know, the love of your life coming into your life in the next few weeks. But what it is saying is that there's something here that you need to clear through. Once you've done that, like, this is not a big hard work card, you know what I mean? This is not, the Four of Wands is not talking about like you need to tear everything down and start again from scratch. No. This is just changing your mindset a little bit, and that is quite easy to do. So what I would say, Peter, is literally do a little bit of work, maybe get some counseling support if you need it from a previous love, and from a previous relationship. Look at how you view relationships, and then trying, if there's anything there that is negatively affecting how you want to move forward, what sort of relationship you want, just give that a bit of a brush, you know, hose it down, mop it out, get rid of it, and then that will clear the energy for you. So there's nothing coming in the next month, but that's not to say once you've done that work, it isn't going to open up. So hopefully, my darling, that makes a little bit of sense. And I'm going to say thank you very much for your question tonight. Right, we're going to go ahead and reopen the stream, everybody. So if you would like a question, go ahead and put your question, into the chat, starting with the word question. No problem, my darling. It's not a big thing, right? It's not a big thing. It's just, once that blockage clears, you'll find it all comes flowing. It's like if you've ever, I can only think about piss. If you've ever now, I did have bladder cancer last year, right? So this is why that thought went straight through my head. It's a bit like if you ever get a blockage and you've got to pee through it, it's like sometimes you've got to just push that out. And it's a bit like that. So yeah, somebody might have had like gallstones or something. Not gallstones, bladder stones. So yeah. Zainab Ali, I don't know what you're talking about. Will Muhammad Ali like my red 90 pictures? So you're also, I'm going to pop you in timeout. Please make sense of what you're saying, because that makes no sense at all. And it sounds like you as a spammer. We are really being spammed tonight, aren't we, everybody? Right, go ahead. No worries, my darling. No worries, my darling. I hope it helps, Arbiter. I really do. Go ahead and put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question.
Oh my God!
I know, right? So let's have a look and see whose questions we've got in. I'm going to do Flower Beauty. I've seen your question a couple of times. I'll get you on tonight as well, Flower Beauty. I'm going to do Little Miss Budget next, and I will come to you next, Flower Beauty. We've got all sorts kicking off tonight: gremlins, spam bots, everything. So I'm going to do your reading first, and Flower Beauty, hang on in there. I'll come to you next, okay, my darling. Right then, Ness. Can I have a general reading for the next few weeks? Of course you can. So then, dragons. Do you know what I really love? I really love whoever is running that Tarot Destroyer account. Apparently, they've been popping up on a few streams. I've just seen Patricia's WhatsApp. Thank you for that. And it's one of those things where whatever they're doing, they're getting a lot of kickback, because a lot of tarot readers aren't just tarot readers. A lot of us are witchy. And one thing you don't mess with, you don't come on my stream and mess with my stream and mess with my lovely audience, because we love our audience here. We love our viewers, our subscribers very, very much, which is why we do the free readings. And you don't come and mess that up. So there is a very old, very grumpy dragon, very grumpy elemental energy going after them right now. So we'll just leave the universe to deal with that. Right then, Ness. Dragons, Ness would like a general reading for the next few weeks. Okay, let's have a little look-see at that for you. I'm wondering if I attempt to disconnect this one. Where is that plugged in? Is that there? That looks like this one. Right, let me just try this. Oh, it was that one. Aha. Oh, hang on. Why have I don't even have a Discord. Why did I just have Discord pop up? Bum, 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 bum. Papa Doc is also not impressed with him. What's Papa Doc? What's that, Trish? Patricia. Trish. Hopefully I haven't offended you. I just had Discord pop up on my screen. That's really strange. I don't have a Discord. Right. Okay. Let's see then. Let's see. Come on, Card Cam. Let's see whether we can get Card Cam back up and running. Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We have a live Card Cam. Look.
Lights around the top for them in the evening time. They've got a light all around the top.
Yeah, hang on a second. I've got a stream deck. Hang on. There we go, everyone. Look, this is what Rufus has just done for the ratties.
Little LED lights all around the top.
So we've got lights around the top now.
Evening time. So when it's
and we've got, look, you can just see one of them just there. Look in the house. Oh,
put the little lights on around the top in the evening. Then.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. The main man in voodoo. I don't know who. I don't know much about voodoo, because it's a bit of a closed practice for me. Because it's a bit of a closed practice. Queen of Sheba, I will try and get to you as well, my darling. I'm going to try and do tonight. We'll just try and do everyone. We'll just try and do you all. We've got another 45 minutes. So I'll try and do Queen of Sheba, Flower Beauty, and Ness. I'm going to highlight that one. Hang on. Highlight Flower Beauty. There we go. So I'm going to try and do you all, because we've only got 5 people on. And so there we go. So that's you, Ness, Flower Beauty, Necro Neil, Patricia, and Queen of Sheba. So that's the 5 people that are on live. So I'll do all of you if I can. So yes, right then. Oh, Papa Legba, right? Okay. Yes. Thank you. It's a closed practice. So for me, although I've got the Element Encyclopedia, and there's an awful lot of voodoo practice in there. Hang on a second, Ness. 1 second. Right, dragons. 7-card reading for Ness. We want to know a general reading for the next few weeks, please. That's what we want. We can do, Patricia. We can send love and understanding, but T Destroy is a bot, so it isn't going to really make much difference to the people involved, because it's a bot that's designed to scare people into giving bank details. So Yeah, we won't do that. Right, let's have a look. I'm doing you a 7-card, Ness. I hope that's okay, my darling. Right, let's have a look-see. So, oh, hang on. I've just realized I need to move that one up a little bit. There you go. There you go. So, standard horseshoe, PPIOAAO, if you don't know. This is in the past. So the past position, we've got the Knight of Cups. So this is talking about there being some. Now this was reversed, wasn't it? Yes. So the Knight of Cups is that sort of young, teenage, rebellious energy, if you know what I mean. So it's talking about there being quite a lot of immaturity, if you like, within either a friend or with a loved one, and it's something that's been quite annoying, because although this person, as you can see, look, they've got big bunch of roses, I'm going to give you the roses, but it's sort of performative, if that makes sense. So it's like, oh, here's some lovely stuff, here's some lovely kiss, hug, but actually there may not have been all that feeling involved, or there may not have been as much sincerity there. Now, I'm not saying this is with a partner, this could just be with friends, but it's somebody in your inner circle, and it's maybe saying that sincerity isn't necessarily there. And perhaps because it's come up reversed, perhaps you've now seen through that, if that makes some sense. I'm keeping an eye on the I think so, Patricia. I'm keeping an eye on it. Yeah, in fact, Neil, I think you've still got sign in permissions on this channel. I can't remember, but yeah, we can just, if they keep popping up, we'll just keep flagging. Anyway, so yeah, so Ness, there's definitely this element of something that you've uncovered, or something that you've now learn about whatever this connection was with someone. Now in the present, we've got the 7 of Swords. Again, it's come up reversed. Now again, Swords is about your confidence, your sense of self, and it's talking about there being this is almost like you wanting to find that inner peace, wanting to find that okay, Neil, wanting to find that element of things. Hang on a second. But you're I don't know whether you can hear as well. I've now got the neighbors have just put their music on super loud, so yay. Yeah, the room that's next door to us here is supposed to be a bedroom, is now a lounge. But anyway, so yeah, the 7 of Wands. Sorry, Ness, this is such a disjointed reading. I do apologize. Right, the 7 of Wands coming up here reversed is talking about there being a desire for this kind of spiritual content, a desire for this kind of peacefulness, but the reversal is saying you're struggling to get there at the moment. So basically what it's saying is, look, there is almost like a journey that needs to happen at the moment. It's like you're wanting to find peace again, you're wanting to feel centered and grounded, but at the moment it's just escaping you. So it's something that you can absolutely work towards. It's something you can absolutely do a little bit more working towards. So you can, do some sleep hypnosis, listening and things like that. So it's something you can absolutely go for. But what I would say is, at the moment, it might not be the best time right now. There might be some stuff that you need to unpick. The reason I'm saying that is, in the influence position, we've got the 8 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands is literally everything being up in the air at the moment, right? So it's like you've taken everything that is important in your life and you've chucked it out the bedroom window, and then you've run downstairs, and then you're going to pick up the things you want to take forward. So you don't have to take everything forward. So it's like, if this wand represents, I don't know, like, for example, I'm not saying this is you, but if this wand represents a cleaning bug that you've absolutely got to deep clean everything 17 times, and then this one might represent you, I don't know, working out 5-7 days a week at the gym every single day, and if you don't, you get really panicky, whatever it is, right? So you've got all these different elements of your life. You chucked them out the window and you run downstairs, and now you go, do I really want this part of me to move forward? Not really. Do I want this workout bit? Well, I tell you what, I kind of do, but not 7 days a week. Maybe if I can manage this, I can get rid of this bit, take this bit forward, and I can maybe work out 3 days a week. That seems a bit more sensible, right? Yes, we'll do that. So it's kind of like that's going on at the moment. And in your influence position, it basically means that everything feels like it's up in the air at the moment. Like everything is waiting to settle, and you need to, once everything's settled back down into a routine, that's when you'll be able to turn this around and find that grounding that you're looking for, and find that sort of sense of reconnection that you're looking for. I don't know whether this is since your loss earlier in the year. I think it probably is, because that caused a massive upheaval and it feels like everything's still up in the air. Now, in the obstacle position, we've got the sun. Now, the sun is normally a really positive card, but it's talking about growth. Now, for me, that element of growth as an obstacle is basically hearkening back to this, right? It's literally saying, look, now is not the time to be trying to do 150 new things. Now is not the time to try and be, moving forward. Now is the time to just kind of reestablish your new status quo, if that makes sense. Like reestablish, find that balance, let everything kind of settle, work out where things need to lie before you then move forward, if that makes sense. It feels like, whilst you're still dealing with grief, whilst you're still dealing with everything and the fallout of all of that, there's a lot going on for you to kind of, for you to be able to move forward at the moment. Give yourself time to deal with all of that stuff before worrying about new growth, whether that's for your YouTube channel, whether that's for other areas of your life. It's like, just hold off right now until everything else settles into place before you make expansion plans. How other people see you? We've got the Two of Pentacles. So people see you as quite well connected, and they see you as quite strong in terms of your work ability and your ability to actually move forward in terms of work, whatever that means for you. So it could well be, again, I know that your YouTube channel is really important to you as an outlet, and it could be that people see you as jumping straight back on, doing the YouTube thing. Are you all right? Doing the YouTube. Okay, I thought you were farting. Rufus is cleaning the glass, but it sounds like he's farting. But it's this energy. I mean, normally we see with the two, we see the yin yang, and not the yin yang, bloody hell, the infinity symbol as well. So this really is talking about there being, people see you as being able to move forward. Maybe, there's an element here of teaming up with someone, getting some support from someone. I don't know whether you've done collabs recently, but there's very much an element of that here. The advice we've got the Eight of Cups, right? Now this is really kind of important, and it's talking about find your own path. Do what feels right for you to be confident. Do what feels right for you. Follow your heart, right? And if that means leaving things behind and walking off, like whether that means like in real life, like literally walking out and changing a situation, or like moving away from this bowl of emotion. So it could be seen as grief, it could be seen as all sorts, but it's really talking about kind of seeing it for what it is, acknowledging it, letting it go, and then finding your own way and moving forward. So that's coming up in the advice. Now, again, I know that you've gone through so much at the moment. And interestingly, the outcome card is reflective of this as well, because we've got the Hermit reversed. Okay, so the Hermit this way up is talking about taking some time to yourself, like lick your wounds, go and do a deep journey of discovery, all of that stuff. But this way up, Ness, it's saying that like it's time to come out of that phase. It's kind of time to let yourself kind of be around other people and experience other people again. It's like it feels like parts of you shut down with everything that was going on, and like by necessity, because it's a hell of a lot to deal with when you've gone through what you've had to deal with the last year, certainly, let alone more recently. And it's talking about, like, yes, taking some space and taking some time to look after your own needs is really important, and absolutely that's what we preach on this channel, is self-care. But sometimes there is a fine line between self-care and removing yourself from society altogether. And sometimes, because obviously we've talked about, you know, in the past, your struggles before, maybe I don't know, because again, I don't think you've discussed it on your channel, but maybe there's an element of not wanting to go out as much again at the moment. And so this would be reflective of maybe just trying not to let that hermit element come back. Like, don't shut yourself off from the world, even though it's going to feel like you don't want to face people right now. It's like you will come out of this phase, and it feels very much, again, I don't know whether I'm speaking out of turn, Ness, but it feels like you're kind of in this phase at the moment. You're in this, and I don't mean phase like in a negative way, but you're in this space right now. And by going forward and perhaps finding some way of leaving the emotions to one side and finding a way through, that might help alleviate some of this. I don't know whether that makes sense, Ness. I hope it does. Let me know in the comments. Let me just swap back. I'm going to leave the cards on the table until you've said something in the chat. So yeah, I don't know whether you've covered any of this on your channel. To be honest, I've popped on. I saw a couple of videos, you know, because I've commented, but I don't know whether you've discussed anything on what you've been going through. So I don't want to get too into it here, but hopefully, my darling, this helps. Hopefully this helps. Let me just see if it does. Let me know in the chat. Diamond Girl, you can do. I've got Flower Beauty up next, and then I am going to we'll open up the list again in a second. Let me just have a look. I'm just waiting for Ness. I'm out of coffee. Oh no, I'm gonna have to drink iron brew. That's terrible. It's not. I quite like iron brew. Right. I'm Nessa. Hopefully it's okay, my darling. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards back into the deck, and hopefully, yeah, drop me a message on Insta or on. Okay. No worries, my darling. I as soon as that hermit came up, I was like, oh, hopefully you're not doing what I think that means you're doing, and hopefully you're still able to get out and about and do the shops and things. Please, you know, just know that we all care for you, my darling. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, just know that, like, there's a lot of love for you on this channel and a lot of other channels as well. So just take that with hopefully how it's meant, my darling. And yeah, let us know how you're going in time. But yeah, message me if you need to, you know that. Flower Beauty, can I have a general reading for you for the next couple of months? You can do. I'm going to do you a next couple of months. We'll do the 3-card with a twist. That's what we'll do. We'll do 3-card with a twist. So then, dragons, what we're going to do is we're going to do a 4-card spread. As soon as I say that, I drop the cards. A 4-card spread, dragons. We want past, present, future, and future. So the first future card is the next month, up till the first week of July, and then basically it will take you through to the end of July. We haven't had a card properly flip, so we're going to do that for you. Well, I'm not going to flip a card for you. I'm going to do your cut, is what I mean. It's going there. Look, it's going there. There you go. Little unsure. The cards aren't entirely certain. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, I knew you were, Ness. As soon as that card came up, my darling, as soon as it popped up, I was like, I know what the cards are trying to tell me there. I know exactly what they're trying to tell me there. Right. Yeah, as soon as that popped up, I was like, I know where you are. I know what's happening. Right, let me swap cams. Right, Flower Beauty, let's have a look. So these are your 4 cards. Is that in the right position? Yeah, just about. There we go. Click off. It's amazing how, you know, when all the gremlins were attacking the channel, this wouldn't happen. And as soon as we sent Rocky to go and deal with them, suddenly we're able to deal with, isn't it? Strange that. Right then, so past 2 of Swords. Now, this for me is, again, it feels like there's been quite a period of recently, quite a period of conflict, certainly with another person, and certainly in terms of it feeling like you're being pecked, like you're being constantly like peck, to the point where it kind of feels like you don't know. This blindfold is literally saying like you don't really know where it's coming from. It just feels like there's a does that make sense? So there's like a lot of not arguing, but a lot of friction and bickering almost that's been going on. Now, whether this is with a partner or a friend or a family member, it's somebody close to you. And it's just almost, it's not. So although this is swords, it's not swords, if that makes sense. You're not being like stabbed repeatedly, but it's like little pecky, little peck here and a little peck there. And it's nothing that there's somebody, and again, I think this is more words than actions, because I don't think it's somebody that's like trying to slice your head off. I think it's somebody that's like saying little things and like kind of going, oh yeah, well, you know, I've always liked that top on you ever since I first saw it 3 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like underhanded little backstabbing comments here and there. And it's like that sort of energy I'm getting from the card. Now, in the present, we've got strength, which coming straight after this is pretty damn amazing, because it's saying that whatever happened in the past, you are now in a position where you are dealing with it, where you are absolutely 100% dealing with it. And it somehow, like, this has made you stronger, and it's made you discover that inner strength where you're literally going, do you know what? It's not going to affect me, and like I'm rising above, and actually I am a fierce bitch, and whatever you try and do by pecking, it ain't going to work. I'll invoke my inner lioness, and you know what? You ain't got nothing on me, because I'm you know, you might be a little hen pecky crow. I'm a fucking lioness. Don't mess with me. You know what I mean? So that's coming up in your present. Now, future, we've got this will merge into so for me this is really talking about work or career, money, finances, or effort involved in something. I think this is a relationship that you've got with a friend or a loved one, that this is what this is coming up, because the 8 of Pentacles here is talking about feeling frazzled, having a lot of work to do, kind of burning the candle at both ends, not having enough time to get things done and get things achieved. So it's that amount of work effort that is going into, I would say, whatever this relationship is. And it feels almost like you are like, it's water off a duck's back, the more they say, but it is also having an effect on you, because it's you're having to keep that energy up. So even though, you know, you're like, well, it's fine, say what you want, I'm a fucking lioness, you're also having to maintain that lioness energy, which is getting a little bit bothersome. Does that make sense? And it's almost like, oh God, Jesus, do I have to deal with you again? Do I have to keep this up? How much more? And this 8 of Pentacles is basically saying, look, in the next few weeks, you're going to have to keep that energy up. You're going to have to keep recharging that battery and keep flaring it up to deal with whatever this relationship here is, right? You're going to have to stay on your guard, because whoever this person is in your recent past, like, this is not somebody who's going to stop pecking. Like, they're going to keep peck no matter what happens. They're going to keep on trying to get under your skin. And whilst at the moment you're kind of in that, I'm a strong ass bitch, I can deal with this, You need to maintain that energy, and that's the thing that takes the effort. But in the next few weeks, that's where you need to be. But then as we get past the solstice and we go into July, that's when we've got the 4 of Cups energy coming in. Now it is reversed, but I'll show you the card this way up. Now 4s are about stability and about things being a lot more centered, if you like, a lot more structured. So we've got this element of, and Cups is your emotions, so it's like we're getting through this period. So we've got this conflict that's bringing you the strength that you're going to have to keep fighting to keep that strength up, to keep that resilience in place, and it's going to feel sometimes like it's worth more effort. It's more effort than it's worth, but then it's going to get to a kind of uncomfortable truce. So July is going to bring you an uncomfortable truce. It will stabilize, or whatever this pickiness will kind of die off a little bit, but it's not that whoever this person represents, they're not going to be your best friend. It's like if it's a family member, you're not going to have that, you know, Anna and Elsa kind of sisters relationship from the Disney films. It's not going to be that, but you will get into a kind of unhappy truce where you can both deal with each other in terms of your emotions. So hopefully, my darling, that makes sense, and thank you very much for your question, Flower Beauty. But it does feel like with this coming up, it's like once you get past the end of June, then we're into that period where it's like it's almost like, do you know what? It's been going on for so bloody long. We haven't got the energy anymore. We can't be asked, can't be bothered fighting. We'll just give ourselves, you know, it's like you go that way, I'll go that way. We'll just pretend we don't, you know, the other one doesn't exist. So yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, thank you ever so much for your question. Right, let me have a little look. See. Baby shark. Oh my god, Baby shark is stuck in my head. Oh my god. We went to before we picked up the ratties, we went to B&M and they had the little shark toy, and me and Rufus, whenever we go B&M, we're always like kids. We go to the toy section and then we press everything. If it makes a noise, we'll press it. If there are fart ninjas to trigger, we'll trigger the fart ninjas. If there is a Peppa Pig toy that makes oinking noises, we'll press it and make everything oink, right? That's just how we do when we go to the shops. Go press. And yeah, there were 2 toys that played Baby Shark. So that is now stuck in my head. That is great. Do 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 Baby Shark do 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 do. Christ. Right. Okay. Who have I got left? Queen of Sheba, are you still here? Come and say hello. If you would like a reading, now is the time to get your question in. Go ahead and put it in the live chat. Ooh, hang on. What did I just do? Damn it. Hang on, let me go back. Right, go ahead and put your question into the live chat. Start your question with the word question, and I will grab one of them at random. So let me just double check. Queen of Sheba, if you're still here, you're here. Fantastic. I've just got your question. So go ahead and pop your question into the live chat. And yeah, while you do that, I will start the process of reading for Queen of Sheba. Hang on 1 second. So this is how you get a question. Okay, I'm changing cameras. Hopefully we've dealt with the gremlins tonight. It's been an interesting night tonight, hasn't it, everyone? Right then, so dragons. Queen of Sheba would like to know, what are Bryce's intentions towards you? Right, we're going to do you the what you need to know spread. What is it you need to know? Above all else, what is it you need to know, Queen of Sheba? Above everything and every other possibility, more than what you want to know, this is what you need to know. Remember, let's have a look then. Are we going to have a single card Wispy? No, we're not very Wispies. Oh, because of course all the dragons are dealing with the spam bots, aren't they? So right then, let's do your cuts. There we go. Nice simple cuts. You see what happened? Listen, you see what happened? Hang on. Shh, everybody, shush. You see what happens when Wispy is off doing other things? The cards don't jump. Have you noticed tonight? We haven't got modifiers and clarifying cards. When Wispy is here, the cards flip. Just that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Right then. So I did your cut, didn't I? Yep. So I did that. So then we're going for this is you today. Oh, Hierophant. Let me just get that off my screen so I can actually see what's happening. This is what you need to know, and this is your opportunity. Oh, lovely. So what are Bryce's intentions towards you? Now, this is where you are now, right? So this is more about you. I would say this is Bryce, and this is kind of the vibe overall, if that makes sense. So this is you. You're in a Hierophant position, which means that you are the guru in this. So that's a wonderful position to be in, because it's almost like you are quite spiritually connected, but also in terms of relationships, it's like he looks up to you. I think there's a little bit of maybe putting you up here on this pedestal. I know it's steps, but you know, go with it. And I think there's quite a nice element of maybe he's quite into you. Maybe Bryce quite likes you. I mean, this could represent Bryce, but I think this is more how you are seen. Now, the Hierophant is very high up, very highly rated in the tarot deck. Very, very like one of the big major arcana cards. And I think that this is how he sees you. Quite often the Hierophant is depicted as a pope or, you know, a papal position, bishops, things like that. But this is very much that guru, that inner self, that inner sort of you know, almost like a yoga teacher. And I'm not saying that that's the energy that you bring, but it's kind of how he sees you. He sees you as being somebody that is well connected, well suited, possibly a teacher, or can teach him something to do with this sort of connection between spiritual and physical. So that's a really good position to be in. Now, what you need to know about Bryce's feelings, we've got the King of Wands reversed. So Wands for me is all about security, okay, and how you see yourself, how he sees himself, all of that. Now, because we were asking specifically what are Bryce's intentions, and this is what you need to know, we've got a king. So this is absolutely saying that this is Bryce's energy coming through, right? So Wands is security. Kings are very, very confident, very sure of themselves. You've even got the King of the Jungle here, or I've never understood that, because lions aren't generally found in jungles. But anyway, you've got the King of the Jungle there, but this is reversed. So what this is saying, my darling, is that actually, although he may come across as maybe a little bit rough and ready, maybe he comes across as somebody who is, you know, could possibly be seen as a little bit arrogant, or could possibly seen as a bit full of himself. Actually, that's not the case, because this reversal is basically saying the thing he admires in you is this spiritual connection. So although he might not show that he's spiritual, that is actually what he admires, and that element of kind of being the yin to his yang, and being able to kind of bring that more, I hate to say feminine, but that more nurturing side across, because it feels like he's not somebody who shares his sort of vulnerable side very easily, and somebody who works really hard to kind of create this image of not toxic masculinity at all, but this image of, you know, nothing phases him. He's always in control of his emotions, his feelings, things like that. Now, what the opportunity is, the opportunity we've got is the Empress. Now, this could literally mean childbirth, right? Very, 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 very rarely will that ever mean that. But I have to say again, because this card, she is literally carrying the entire planet in her belly. This could be looking at that, but also not. This is much more likely to be the coming together of the Empress is very spiritual, nurturing, very switched on, very much this Gaia planetary energy, very mothering, very nurturing, loving energy. But she's also a position of power. So it's almost like blending these two cards together would kind of give us that Empress energy, although in this instance the Hierophant is depicted as male. But you've got this element here where you've got the Empress is abundance. She is all about kind of not just fertility but femininity. A lot of these sort of elements that a lot of the sort of quote unquote softer elements of relationships, and she's very much the leader of that, if that makes sense. So the opportunity here is really saying that, look, if you are wanting a bigger relationship, if you're wanting something that is fairly full on, it kind of feels like this could be on the cards. It really depends on what you want out of it, Queen of Sheba. So if this is something that's really appealing to you, then just bear in mind that there's a mask that the king wears that you might have to just see behind it, if that makes sense. So yeah, just have a look at that. Right then, hopefully, my darling, that makes some sense. If this is what you're after, though, if this feeling of nurturing and abundance and kind of loving family and all of that, if that is something that you are after, this looks really well suited, because this is the opportunity. This is the need to know. Beware of the mask. Look for the spiritual. Look what's underneath the exterior. And this is where you are. But hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. Also, hang on. Let me just swap over cameras. There we go. Also, and come on to the chat. Fabulous. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. No problem, my darling. Also, I've got to say, me and Patricia are waiting to get our wedding hats. We want wedding hats. So if you end up marrying Bryce, right? Say that happens couple of years down the line, whatever, you've got to promise me, Queen of Sheba, that we get an invite to the wedding, even if it's only via Zoom, and we get our wedding hats with our veils and everything else. That is what we want, my darling. Okay, so we want an invite to the wedding, me and Patricia, so we can wear our hats, Ed and Neil so they can wear their smart suits. Ed's already got his suit picked out, a pinstripe suit with a mole gangster sort of 1920s mole type hat. It's going to be all like we're going to show up looking all like gorgeous. So that's what we want, Queen of Sheba, if the wedding happens. Everyone's invited. Fabulous. Jasmine, you just sent me a coffee. Did you? Let me go over and double check over on the page. Thank you for that. If you don't know what Jasmine is talking about, I'm clicking on the wrong page here. You can go and thank you very much. You did. I've got your question coming up next then. So what you can do is you can go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, just up here, where you can in fact buy a copy. You will look like Al Capone, yes. Where you can in fact queue jump and get your question next. So then Jasmine D has just done that. So Jasmine D, is this the question, Jasmine, that you are wanting me to answer? The question about Edgar, is that the question you're wanting, my darling? If so, let me know. Let me just confirm that this is what you want answered, and I'll get straight onto that for you. But yeah, Queen of Sheba, if it is a wedding, let us know, because we're desperate to go to a wedding, to the first Beyond Authentic Witchcraft wedding. Yes, it is fantastic. Right then, I've now missed it. Hang on, I've just clicked off it because I clicked on that one. There we go. Right then, so here we go. Wispy. And don't forget, if you queue jump, you automatically get a 7-card reading. So this is probably going to be the last one tonight, everybody, because we tend to finish at 9 o'clock and it's 5:29 now. So this will be the last one. So then, here we go. Let's have a look. Wispy. Jasmine would like to know. There we go. Wispy. Jasmine would like to know, will Edge, who is a Gemini, unblock me and reconcile with me? Jasmine is a Libra, Edgar is a Gemini, and Edgar's blocked Jasmine at the moment. So we're wanting to know, will Edgar unblock Jasmine, and will there be a reconciliation? I've got to say, Jasmine, I totally feel your pain getting involved with a Gemini. I myself am Gemini. Yep. And we can be tricky. We can be tricky. Absolutely. I do not, I feel I feel very sorry for anyone that has to deal with us in a long-term relationship. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. All I'm saying. My other half is a bloody saint. So yeah. So good job you're Libran, because it's quite balanced, isn't it? Quite nuanced. Anyway, look at me pretending like I know astrology. I think I know 2 star signs. I don't know astrology. It's not something do you know what I've been involved in? We talked about it on the other video, actually, on the podcast, about covens and things. I have tried to learn so many times. I have tried. Oh, hang on. I didn't do your cut, did I? I have tried to learn so many times about, where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Oh, right in the center, almost dead center. Oops. There we go. I have tried to learn astrology many, many, many times. And as part of, why is that? I think it's from the cafe the other day. Even like to join up a couple of covens, and it was all about astrology, all about learning all of that going into it. I just could not get my head around it. I just no. It was like, nope, you know the tarot. That's all you want to know. You've been doing that 20 odd years. Why start something else now? Right then, let's have a look. Let's bring the camera slightly further up so you can see. There we go. So then in the past position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is talking about work, effort. And the 3s are quite often talking about like more than one person. So not necessarily in like a romance in a throuple, but this is talking about there being multiple people involved. So I don't know whether Edgar has somebody else as well, like whether he's in a relationship with someone else or whether he was cheating. But it definitely feels like, I mean, I literally just said it isn't about other people, but then it absolutely could be. So it could be that there's something there. It's kind of like there's this energy of, how can I put it? There's this energy of it's multiple people, and it almost feels like there is just effort involved. Do you know what I mean? It's like there is like, this is hard work. Whatever this is, whatever was happening between the 2 of you, it really does feel like it was hard work. Especially because it's like, just the feeling from the card in this position is kind of saying, look, there's literally two girls, 1 guy, and there's this element of like trying to shuffle everything. I'm not saying he is, but in the present position, so this is the past, in the present, we've got the 8 of Pentacles again. I don't know whether this is him cheating or whether he's like working flat out at his career, because the 8 of Pentacles is about kind of burning the candle at both ends, having this stack of paperwork. Look, so you can see there's all this paperwork, there's all this stuff on her desk that she's got to do, and she's just literally frazzled. You can see this rays of energy coming off the workload, and it's like there is a hell of a lot happening, a hell of a lot going on, and it feels kind of like it's directly linked into this 3. So it's like there was a lot of effort, and then wham, at the moment the workload, the work is just beyond. So I don't know whether this is, I don't think this is representing like another relationship. It could literally be that he's snowed under with work, like work is absolutely the priority and he hasn't got time for a relationship or something. So yeah, it's that kind of vibe, if that makes sense. So I don't think this is necessarily a cheating sign. It's more about just work, effort, and him focusing on money, or maybe focusing on career rather than focusing on relationships right now. Now the influence, again, 2 of Pentacles. So it could be, let's be honest, it could well be that there is somebody at work that he's interested in. It could be. I'm not saying it is, but we've got a 2 connection here, which normally is like possibly a couple. But we've also got a Pentacles connection. Now, Pentacles is that work, career, finances. So if it's somebody who is really career focused, then this, in the influence position, this is saying that he's like, it's almost like he just doesn't have time for you right now. Does that make sense? And it's almost like he's hectically trying to build a career, trying to build, you know, a future in the career aspect. And then it's like, well, once I get a management position, or once I get, you know, 20 grand in the bank, then I'll be able to take my foot off the gas and look at relationships. But at the moment, I need to focus on money, 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 money. So I don't know. I don't think, like, there's no cups here. So, which is interesting. We've got cups on this side, but there's no cups here talking about relationships. So it doesn't necessarily feel like there is another relationship. It's like I would say that this three, as we're uncovering the cards, this three would point more towards the work element being the issue, if that makes sense. Now, the obstacle, we've got the Eight of Cups. So this is, perhaps there is an X that was involved, right? Perhaps there was an X, because we've got the Eight of Cups. Cups is your emotional soup. It's how you feel. It's emotions. It's all of that. And we've got this element of walking away. Now, I don't know whether you were on here earlier when I was reading for Ness, but there is this element of, these are the emotions. And if it's too much, sometimes you have to walk away and find a different path. And interestingly, if you look, you're walking away from burning flames towards a much bigger burning, so towards the sun. And so you've got this element of trying to move away from something in the past. So whether that is an ex, whether that is, there's, you know, a lot of backlash and baggage to deal with from the ex, it's like, it really does feel like this is what the issue is, if that makes sense. Like, this is the biggest blockage. Now, it doesn't mean that that's why he's blocked you, but it certainly feels, if you are maybe pushing for a relationship or interested in a relationship and making that known, it could be that he just literally at the moment is working flat out and feels that he either isn't over the ex, or more than likely isn't over the damage that the ex caused, if that makes sense. Now, how other people see him, we've got the King of Swords. Now, swords is the trouble in strife suit. So this is saying that, and kings are literally authority figures. So this is saying that I think people see him as being more trouble than he's worth, and being maybe somebody who has got issues that need resolving. So again, if this is the relationship, and if this is an ex that he's still dealing with the fallout from, then that's why this card is coming up. That's why people will see him as being maybe a bit dark and moody at times, or maybe a bit difficult to kind of pin down emotionally, because he's actually dealing with this and doesn't know how to deal with it, if that makes sense. Now, again, not necessarily picking on any gender, but quite often men, especially depending on where they are in the world and how they've been brought up, a lot of men really struggle with opening up about their emotions and dealing with their emotions. And it can be a real sticking point in terms of relationships, because if this person is trying to work through it at his own pace, but hasn't been able to open up and let those emotions go, they can manifest and they can show themselves in quite negative ways. Does that make sense? And this is coming up in the awareness position. Now, the advice, we've got the King of Cups reversed. Now, this is a really interesting card, okay? So it's talking about, the King of Cups is all about being very full on with emotions, very in charge of emotions, very, very together with them, flowing with their emotions, overflowing, like really in touch with their emotions. So it's the exact opposite of the King of Swords. In this sort of spread, it's like this is the exact opposite energy, but this has come up reversed. And what this is saying is that actually you need to be a bit gentle with this guy, because his emotions are almost too much for him to bear. It's like they are too much for him to deal with, and so he avoids them. Like, this is the avoidance bit. He doesn't want to deal with all of these emotions and with all of this emotional baggage. So the advice would be not to try and force him to deal with, not to try and, you know, make him unblock you and kind of harass him for that, but almost like saying he acts so strong. Yeah, absolutely, he acts strong. Absolutely, that's exactly what this is, all about acting strong. But behind the scenes, there's an emotional fallout that you need to he needs to process and deal with. And it could be, coming up in the advice, it could be that the best thing for you to do is to kind of back off on the, relationship side and just say, look, Edgar, I know you've probably got a lot going on right now. And so I'm not going to, I'm not going to hang around and wait for you. And I'm not going to, put my life on hold for you. But if you want to talk as a friend, and if you want to talk and, hang out sometime and, just chill, I'm here for you. And kind of, maybe put it that way and see how things are, because it kind of feels like he doesn't have anyone. Again, this is totally just reading from what the cards are saying, but this card would indicate that maybe he doesn't have a lot of people that he can unload this onto. He did it right. If you did tell him and that's why he's blocked you, it could well be then. It could well be because he's really not ready to deal with this. It could literally be like, if this is his ex, if you're saying that he was dealing with a bad breakup or something, then yeah, he's just not ready to deal with it. He's just like, and bringing it up, it's like, oh, should we talk about that now? Nope. Should we talk about that? Nope. And it's that kind of vibe of like, no matter what you say, if he doesn't want to deal with this relationship, then is something that, you're going to have to just eventually accept that this may be the great big elephant in the room, if that makes sense. It's like, it may be something that he's never dealt with, and he might want to process it on a conscious level, but subconsciously he's just not ready yet. He's just so damaged by it and so battered and bruised by it that he just isn't ready to deal. But the advice would be to back off from the emotional element and kind of give him a little bit of space, maybe. And so, yeah, I would say, in terms of, is he going to unblock you? I would say probably not at the moment, but he knows where you are, if that makes sense. The outcome of this, we've got the High Priestess, but she's reversed. Now, the High Priestess is a wonderful card. I don't know whether as you look at her, you'll see she's got her eyes closed and her eyes open at the same time. So she is both shielding her eyes from you whilst actually also looking at you. It's an amazing card, amazing depiction here. But the High Priestess is very in touch with her spirituality, okay, and very, very in touch with that connection to soul, that connection to, whatever you believe the universe is. She's that connection to it. She's that element of it. But she's also quite religious. Now, this coming up in the reversal here is saying that actually it feels like this connection is needed, but maybe you're not the person to bring it, if that makes sense. Now, what I'm saying is that it feels like he needs to process this, and that's probably going to be something he has to process on his own. And this is something that I think you're going to have to maybe accept, that, like, the fact you're asking for a tarot reading means that you're probably a little bit more spiritual. You're a little bit more connected to spirit than he is. And so this is saying that even if you look at him and you talk to him, and you know with every fiber of your body that right at his core, this is the issue, and you're desperate to help him, if he's not ready, you can't even bring this up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you've got to let him do this at his own time and speed. Even if he talks about it all the time, it's kind of like he can talk about it without processing it. And so this outcome is literally saying it's that thing of, not everybody wants their head looked into. So look if you have to, but learn to keep your mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? And it's that element of, you might see within him that there is this crushed sort of soul that desperately wants him to move forward. But it's like, oh, I'm not saying you're pressurizing him at all, and I'm not saying that you don't respect his spaces, but it kind of like, you absolutely need him to get there on his own, if that makes sense. And you know, I think whether or not this means there's nothing here that's talking about the two of you being in a romantic relationship, okay? So there's nothing here about a reconciliation, but there is a lot of stuff where he might need some support. So I think that let him know that you're there. Let him know that if he ever needs to talk to you or ever wants to just clear out some emotional baggage, that you're there to help. But also just, yeah, he needs to deal with it on his own, and in his own time. And it may well be in a couple of months' time he'll come to realize that, and will then come knocking, and will then unblock you. But I don't see it being in the short term, Jasmine. Now, the one thing I will say, this High Priestess card, when she's reversed, she can be, and this is the outcome, don't forget, so she can be a bit standoffish when she's reversed like this. She can be a little bit aloof. So this could be with him just taking a little bit of time away from your friendship, from your connection, so that he can kind of distance himself. It's almost that absence makes the heart grow fonder, but it's also the element of if he's dealing with this and he's got all this other stuff around him, there's a lot happening and a lot that he has to juggle. Whereas if you remove all of this from the equation, he's just got to deal with this. You know what I mean? There's nothing else happening around him. It's just this that he needs to clear out, and that will give him that breathing space to do it. And hopefully once he's done that, that issue then gets resolved, and then he's like, oh, I've got all this time and space now. I wonder what Jasmine's doing. Hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me just change over to the other camera. There we go. So yeah, thank you, Jasmine, for booking that. And hopefully that 7-card reading will bring you some answers. I really, really do. Look, go gently, my darling, is what I would say. Move on with your life, like live your life, have some fun, have some adventures, go and do things that make you happy and fulfill you. And if in a couple of weeks or a couple of months time, you get a message on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, then just be open to it and just be like, oh, hi, I hope you're well. Yeah, no worries, Edgar. You had to deal with it in your own way. I hope you are, I hope you're well. I hope everything's great. And hopefully, we'll go for coffee at some point and just leave it like that. You know what I mean? You've been involved for so long and would love that reconciliation. Well, again, if it's meant to be, once he's dealing with this ex, once he's got that kind of that baggage cleared and he's got it out of his system, so to speak, it may well be then that he'll be ready for something, whether that something is shaped like a Jasmine or whether that something is shaped like a Jennifer. Who knows? But if you move forward and find a way for you to get some happiness, some fun along the way, then if at some point Edgar comes a knocking, then you'll be ready and you'll be able to say, you've dealt with your shit, I've dealt with mine, let's go for coffee. Hopefully that helps, my darling. Thank you so much for booking over at buymeacoffee.com. Let me just double check that nobody else has done that since that was the last reading. I know, right? I'm 15 minutes late already. But yes, thank you so much for no, nobody else has done. Fabulous. Thank you so much for doing that, Jasmine, and thank you for your support. And thank you to everybody who has watched tonight. We're going to end it there. It's 9:15, so we've gone way over time. I know, I'm so sorry, Ed. I was intending on closing early, but thank you very much to the mods. Thank you very much to everybody who's been on the channel tonight, who's asked questions. Thank you to all of you who stuck by us when we were getting spammed, attacked by the spam bots and all of that. I'm going to try and make sure all of those accounts are totally blocked from the channel, because for some reason it wasn't happening on here on the live. So I'm going to go in the back office on the back screens now and try and make sure that they are all blocked so that in future streams we don't have those people coming up again. I can't guarantee there won't be future spammers, but apologies if you were affected by any of that. And yeah, we will. I will go now, and I will be back on Sunday after my birthday. So I'm going to celebrate over the weekend, and I will be back on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time, and hopefully you'll be able to join me then. But thank you so much, everybody. You've all been great. I am now going to go and have some dinner. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.